Galbrena is coming out next month. She uses a pistol and is a fusion type character. And today we're going to go through everything you need to pre-farm for Galbrena. Apologies if I'm pronouncing the name wrong, I'm really bad with pronunciation. We're going to go through her Forte materials, her Ascension materials, and then touch upon her weapon and best teams. We'll also talk about her echoes and the new set, which is coming out next month with Galbrena, which is probably going to be her best in slot. Now real quick as always, if the video is helpful, a like and subscribe would be appreciated. And do keep in mind that because this is leaks, things could change on release, but I wouldn't worry about it too much. First up, let's talk about her Ascension materials. Now she is going to use the Tidal Residue. The total you're going to need to get her from 0 to 90 are 4 LF, 12 MF, 12 HF, and 4 FF. I'll put that on screen now. As well as this, you're going to need 46 Blighted Crown of Puppet King. This little thing here from the False Sovereign, you're going to need 46 of them, as well as 60 Stone Rose, which you can just get from, the environment. However, the Stone Rose isn't currently out. It will be in the new area in 2.7. Along with this, you're also going to need 170,000 shell credits. I'll also put on screen now everything that you need for each level, in case for some reason you only want to get her to level 70 per se. That is how many you need for each level. Let's now talk about her Forte materials. Again, with the Tidal Residue, to absolutely max out all of her Forte materials, you're going to need a total of 25 LF, 28 MF, 40 HF, and 57 FF Tidal Residue. Now you are going to need 26 of a new material that I don't even know the name of, but that will be coming out in the next update. Along with this, you're going to need the Phlogiston. Now you're going to need 25 Impure, 28 Extracted, 55 Refined, and 67 Flawless, as well as 2,030,000 shell credits. And I called them Denny there. And again, we'll put on screen everything that you need for each level in case you don't want to, fully invest and just want to get them reasonably high. Now let's talk about Galbrena's weapon. She is a pistol. It comes with 587 base attack with a 48.6% crit damage. Pretty nice. It increases attack by 12. When dealing heavy attack damage, increases echo skill damage by 20. When casting an echo skill, increases heavy attack damage by 20. And if both effects are active simultaneously, all damage ignores 8% of the target's defense. If you notice me looking over to the left here, it's because my second monitor with all the information is there. Now, if you don't want to get this, the Static Mist is a pretty good alternative, and if you need a 4-star, just use the Solar Flame. Now, for her weapon, let's go over the materials that you're going to need. Now, it's probably going to use the Crude Ring. Now, you're going to need a total of 6 Crude, 6 Basic, 10 Improved, and 12 Tailored Rings. The other material is going to be the Phlogiston again. You're going to need another 6 Impure, 8 Extracted, 6 Refined, and 20 Flawless. For all of them to level all the way up to 90, as well as 330,000 shell credits. Now before we move on to her best echoes and best teams, if you are planning to spend any money in a gacha game, maybe for Galbrena or just in general, please do not use the in-game shop. It's totally a scam. Use today's sponsor like I do, LD Shop. In-game currency in gacha games can get pretty expensive, and that is the issue that LD Shop, the sponsor for today's video, is trying to fight against. LD Shop is a safe and reliable game top-up site that I've actually used myself. They offer discounts on tons of games, including 38% off on games like Star Rail, Genshin, and Zenless, and 29% off on Wuthering Waves. Not only that, but using my link in the description and registering to LD Shop, you will receive another 10% and 5% off coupon. And you don't even have to fill out any information. Under product info, click what server you're on, and simply copy and paste your game UID. And as you can see, going into the game, there it is. So please, if you're thinking about spending any money in these gacha games, save yourself some money, click the link in the description and use LD Shop. Now back to the video. So yeah, check out LD Shop, let's move on to her best echo. Now a new 3-piece is coming out called the Flame Wings Shadow. Now I'll put on screen what this does, but just to read it out, dealing echo skill damage increases heavy attack crit rate by 20%. Dealing heavy attack damage increases the echo skill crit rate by 20%. And when both are active, gain a 16% fusion damage bonus. Just that, you know, it's nuts for her. Now, as well as that, just use any 2-piece fusion damage. So I don't know if there's more than one, but the Molten Rift is all, like, obviously the go-to, just gives an extra 10% fusion damage bonus. And for her key echo, we don't know yet. It will probably be an echo that comes out in version 2.7. The site that I use says it's probably the Reminiscence 3 Nodian Leviathan. Bit of a mouthful, but yeah, that's probably going to be her best in slot. Now let's talk about her best teams. We have 3 options here, 2 including Shorekeeper, but all of them including 5-star units. So it does look like she's pretty 5-star dependent, but you could probably just switch out Shorekeeper for Verena. But the first one will be Galbrena, Kiyuan, and Shorekeeper. Bit unreasonable for most people since they are one after each another. If you do want Kiyuan, but I am definitely pronouncing that wrong, by the way. I haven't looked up how to pronounce his name at all. If you do want him, I will be releasing a preform guide for him in the future, probably early next month. So keep an eye out for that. Make sure to stay subscribed. But if you don't want him and you did grab Yuno, I do know how to pronounce that. That's Yuno. Also, Galbrena, Yuno, and Shorekeeper is a great comp too. If you want to go full fusion like a lot of people do enjoy, then Galbrena, Brant, and Lupa is great there. You could probably switch out Brant for Mortefi or Mortify. And again, if you do want to go with the Galbrena Mortefi combo, then slap Verena or Shorekeeper on the end there if you don't have another option. Now, she looks super cool. Unfortunately, I think I will skip her for Zhiyuan because he looks amazing. But if you are going for her, I wish you the best of luck. And if you are planning to spend any money, again, thank you for sponsoring the video, LD Shop. I used them as I showed in the sponsor. They're great, and I'll be using them for when I pull for Zhiyuan. But I hope the video was helpful. If it was, a like and subscribe would be appreciated. And yeah, good luck on your summons. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.